You know, leaving public school, like the last day, I feel like I made like a tremendous scene. It wasn't like tremendous, but it was like dramatic. I remember I just plopped on the floor and I cried. Why? Why did I do that? Why? Am I okay? Was I okay? I don't think I was ever okay.
My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear.
Hey guys, it's me, Leilani. Welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Leilani, and if you didn't know, this is actually my first video, and my voice sounds really harsh. Okay, since it's my first video, I want to do something that's like not too structured, nothing too stressful, like challenges or Q&As and stuff like that, especially since I have a few little amount of subscribers. So I want to do something that's more realistic and that's more personal to me. So I'm actually a virtual school student, and some people view it as a negative thing, and I don't know why, because I literally am more stress-free than any other high school student that I know, or any other person that's like, you know, in school that I know, due to doing online school. And it's so much, oh my god, can I say the amount of drama I don't have? People view it as something negative because like no social interaction or etc, the list can go on, but honestly it's not that negative of an impact on me. You know, it can be a negative impact on other people, but I'm speaking on my behalf, not of every other virtual school student that I know of or online school student that I know of. But it had a really good impact on me. So let's start with the pros. You have such a more flexible schedule. I personally am a dancer, so I mean, I don't really need more of a flexible schedule than I would be if I was in public school, because classes are more towards like, you know, like an afternoon, evening time. However, I do have a K-pop dance cover account, and I need time to film it, learn the dances, and I actually started it this year. But you know, it gives me more time to do stuff that I want to. Basically, I've learned most of Korean. I'm still learning. I know Korean. I'm learning Chinese. Very little Japanese. So, yeah. As you can see, I have a lot more flexible schedule time. I dance. I have a whole Instagram thing. I'm now starting a YouTube channel, and in the process, I'm still learning languages, and I'm still keeping up with my schoolwork. That's like the biggest pro I feel like doing online school. If you do your work, you have such a more flexible schedule. You can hang out with friends more if you want to. You can do like extra side stuff. You can do literally like as many things as you want to, as long as you get your stuff done. A con doing virtual school or online school, whatever you want to call it, you do sort of miss out on like homecomings and proms. But wait, hold up. If you have friends that also like do go to homecoming proms like that, you can just go with them. Like just get like a slip or whatever. I don't know. It depends for every like school and like district, county, state. You know, it could vary. But I think you need like a slip or something, which what I'm gonna do next year for homecoming. I'm gonna go with some friends or a friend. I'm gonna see what can happen. But I feel like you may think that you'll miss out on a lot, but honestly, I don't feel like I missed out. Everybody went to homecoming. I'm like, I was like, oh, I'll get to miss like picking out my dress, going with my friends. And it's like not that bad. It's like it passed, and it's like the hype was there. Homecoming night, woo, everyone was like, you know, partying up. But once the day was like over, or the night was over, everything was back to normal. I feel like, yeah, it is like such a like huge thing, especially prom. But I didn't feel like I missed out on anything. But like I said, next year, most likely I go to homecoming. I'll figure it out. Some people, it can depend on like how much they involve themselves in drama, but I guess, well, I don't have to get involved in drama because I don't see annoying people, or not annoying people. Like I go to dance and stuff. Like I guess there's like not even drama there. Not going to public school, it keeps me drama free and keeps me stress free. With a flexible schedule, no drama, doing whatever the heck I want to do is so like stress relieving. Sometimes like, you know, getting some tea, that's nice. It's not nice. It's like you're like getting some of the gossip. But I don't need the gossip all the time, you know? So, and I also have like my small friend group, and I also have like another friend, you know, like multiple friend groups. But and there is some tea within it that I do get, but you know, it's not like chaotic, like you'll have to see that person every day. Like I said, you don't see the same people every day, and I feel like, yes, you'll have less friends, but I don't feel like I missed out on the friends thing. I have like a good group of friends. I'm a dancer, so I go to dance practice, basically dance classes or practice for like rehearsal and stuff almost every day, Monday through Thursday, rarely Fridays, and Saturdays and Sundays. So I basically see people, basically almost the same people every day. I don't feel like I missed out on anything, but if you don't have extracurricular activities, you will unfortunately maybe not have as much social interaction. And I feel like with virtual school or online students or homeschool students, you may start to, you know, like, since you don't interact with people every single day and as much as you used to, like a public school, or that you like expect in a public, it's like a little more stressful and you get a little bit more anxious to communicate with people. I went through that for like a period of time, but then I also broke out of my shell and I'm perfectly fine now. I still have some trouble communicating with people, but you know, I'm growing out of it. I feel like it was just like me being like my shy middle school self, but now I'm like breaking out of it. So it's taken me a while, especially with people that I've been dancing with for like 4 years. I just recently broke out of my shell due to me being a little anxious and having a little bit of anxiety, but it's okay. Like I try to put myself in like situations that I can help myself grow, in situations that would increase my anxiety, like asking for help from the person at Target or asking for help from the person at Best Buy. That's just examples. Or like just starting a random conversation with somebody. Even if they ignore you, you tried. Here's a tip, or something that I'll just say. If you have like trouble with like social interactions, whether you're in virtual school, homeschool, you know, whatever you're doing, try to put yourself in situations that you know would be really uncomfortable for you. And at least the thought process of you thinking that, oh, I tried, it will help you every time to get better. From my point of view, what I went through. So what I try to do is I try to put myself in situations that I would, you know, feel a little uncomfortable in, but I also feel comfortable in step by step by step. Which is also how I have my friend group, and I also have like, you know, like a crew thing going on too. I wouldn't have done any of that because of my little anxious self, maybe like over a year ago. And it's taken me a while to get out of my shell. And now I'm getting there. I still have some bumps to get there, you know, but I'm mostly almost there. And I do get ignored when I try to talk to people, but that's normal. People will not hear you. People need to get hearing aids. Some people listen by 25%, and that's not your fault. At least you put in the trying part. And if you feel like, oh, well, they don't want to talk to me, blah, blah, like, I used to do that all the time. And now when I try to make myself to talk to people that I don't usually talk to, and they don't hear me at all, I'm like, you're lost. Whoops. I had really something interesting to talk about, but you didn't hear me. Oh well. I try to think of it positively, even though it sounds really like you have like you think highly of yourself, like a little bit egotistic. No, I promise, it's not. I think like that, just to help myself get out of the situations. Okay, so back to the actual video. People do ask me, like, which one do you prefer? Do you like public school better, virtual school better? I don't feel like I'm missing out on much, so I just say, I like virtual school. You know, it's good. I don't love it because it's school. Nobody likes school in general, but I would say virtual school because I don't have annoying kids sitting next to me or students sitting next to me, blabbing and trying to talk to me, distracting me, and, you know, getting me off task in my work. So yeah, I would definitely pick virtual school. There's also like this like stereotypical thing of like bringing up like, oh, I'm a virtual student or I'm homeschooled. There's people that I know, I'm like bring it up, they're like, oh. And it's like, they like multiple times people just like stop texting me. Maybe like it's not due to that reason, maybe like they have like a busy schedule, stuff like that. But it's like, oh yeah, I do virtual school. They're like, oh, are you gonna come back to public school next year? most likely not. I feel fine where I am. Feel like, oh, haven't heard from them in months. And then even in person when I tell people, and it's like, oh, are you gonna go back next year? No, I got plans, you know. And it's like, it's okay, like, and then like give you a look like, oh, like, okay, are you, they have no reason to pressure you into thinking that you should go back to public school just because of the way they think. Think of where you are, think of, you know, like the pros and cons, not what type of looks they do at you, not the thought process that you think that they're having when you tell them. Think of you. At the end of the day, it's like people are like, oh, virtual school, oh, how does it work? Do you like this? Do you like that? Do you know how many times I've been asked that question? Or are you ever gonna go back? No, because I have plans. Which is what I tell everybody, because number one, I wanted to start YouTube. Number two, I have my Keep Up Dance cover account that I have to keep up with. I also love what I'm doing right now. Number three, I'm a dancer and I want to put most of my time into that. Professionally, not sure. As of right now, I do it more as like a hobby, like competing, and I see my friends every day. I also do have friends outside of dance too. For number four, just to do me, you know. I don't like being a typical basic type of person. I like being somebody who's out of ordinary, you know? Does that make sense? That is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what video you guys want to see next. I'm uploading once a week for every week, so I'll soon figure it out what days I'm uploading and what time I'll be uploading. So see you guys next week. Bye.